There's even paparazzi hanging out at the front doors. Paparazzi. In Grayson, Ohio. They scurry forward like a swarm of ants every time the doors open, cameras flashing madly, calling out Liam McGuire's name like a battle cry. When they discover the infamous pop star isn't coming out to show off his new badass scar and flash his so charming it should be patented smile, they collectively groan and retreat as if to lick their wounds and prepare for the next time those doors swing open. Lexi widens her eyes at me as she throws her trash in the bin. Can you imagine how much attention you'd get if these people knew you're one of his nurses? A little strum of panic tangles up with my lunch and bounces around my stomach. You keep your mouth shut, you hear me? Lexi loves the spotlight. Me? No, thank you. Fine, she says, pouting. But you're throwing away an opportunity here. This could be your 15 minutes of fame. I link arms with my best friend, and we saunter out of the cafeteria. Nah, I'm saving my 15 minutes for something way better than this. You say that now, but I bet when you're old and gray, you'll realize you squandered an opportunity here. I'm glad to see you have so much faith in me, that you think the best I'm ever going to be is a nurse to some spoiled brat of a pop star. I have more faith in you than you have in yourself, you dingbat, Lexi replies as we arrive at the nurse's station. Of course, his call light is on. I let out a little growl of frustration. When isn't it on? Lexi shakes her head. You are the only female between the ages of 15 and 100 to be upset because she has to spend too much time with Liam McGuire. I doubt that, I say, before I head down to his room at the end of the hall. I don't know if it's because he's been famous since he was 14 and all the attention spoiled him, or if he's just got asshole in his genes. But it only takes a minute or two of being around the guy to get my hackles up. I don't care how good-looking he is or how well he can sing. If you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside. Although, for as much as I can't stand the guy, there is a small part of me that does feel a little bit sorry for him. A very small part. And just a tiny little bit. I mean, the guy survived an accident that may or may not alter the course of his life. His tour bus swerved off the road just outside of Grayson and rolled over a few times. Everyone survived, although after seeing pictures of the bus, I don't know how. The thing was just a garbled piece of twisted metal and broken glass. Liam suffered a concussion and a wicked gash that runs from his hairline to his chin that should have taken his eye, but didn't. All the doctors keep muttering about how lucky he is, but I don't know if they've really thought it through. For a guy who makes his living off his looks, an injury like that is probably devastating. I don't think I could be human and not feel a tiny bit bad for him. But like I said, just a tiny bit. Chapter 2. Bailey. The security guards stationed outside his room smile and stand as I come near. I know they do it out of politeness, but it unnerves me every time. I want to throw up my hands and remind them I'm just me. Gary, a tall man with one hell of a potbelly, holds up a hand.
Why don't you hold off a beat?
Just as I open my mouth to ask why, a loud crash sounds from inside the room.
Damn it, Brent. I am not going back to L.A. End of story.
Liam's words come blaring out into the hallway, with the hushed response of Brent, his manager. Low, oily, and too quiet to understand, following quickly after. I give Gary a weary nod and then smile at Josh, a much younger and thinner version of his partner. Has he been like this all day? I ask. Josh lets out a low whistle.
This is an improvement.
Great. Liam is a challenge when he's on good behavior. When he's in a mood, it's just bad all around. Wish me luck, I say as I prepare myself to enter the lion's den.
I'll cross my fingers for you.
Josh smiles a little too widely, the space between his teeth glaring at me like a jack-o'-lantern carved by a 5-year-old.
And where the fuck is that nurse? I hit the call button an hour ago.
I cringe. There's my cue, I whisper, squaring my shoulders and adding steel to my spine before entering the room. Liam is up and out of bed, the alarm on his IV pump beeping away.
Took you long enough.
He glares at me and folds his arms over his chest.
You need to make this machine stop beeping. Now.